Welcome, everyone, to ITD Appetizers. On this episode, we're going to talk about what 1,400 hours of work looks like just to get flushed down the toilet with Ubisoft removes GoldenEye Far Cry 5 maps that basically he spent 1,400 hours putting together, 3 years of his life making. And EA, or not EA, we were just talking about EA, but Ubisoft flushes it down the toilet for him. So we're going to kind of go through this one and see what happened. But basically, Ubisoft got basically hit with some copyright claims and basically had to delete all the maps. So let's start with Nick. What do you think about this? What do you think about $1,400 worth of work getting just wiped off the face of the planet?
Well, I think it's a load of crap. I mean, Far Cry 5 comes with these development level design tools, which you can make levels with. And so, if the GoldenEye developers are saying, well, that's property or, some sort of legal argument against it, it's like, well, they developed it on their own, right? They didn't steal any assets from you. They developed this map that's a lookalike of your maps, and they put it out there for people to play. And I watched a video of it, and it looks awesome. I mean, I watched the Dam video, which is the first, not the Dam video. I watched the Dam video. No, I watched the video of the Dam, which is the first level in GoldenEye, and it looked awesome. It is an exact recreation of the level, and that's cool. And yeah, I mean, it's stupid for them to to put them out there. If the GoldenEye developers or the developers of GoldenEye or the property rights of GoldenEye are going to say, well, whatever, then come out with a new GoldenEye then. Otherwise, shut your mouth, right? Because, you have these fan developers and these fan people that are going to come out and make these games or make these levels and things like that. And if you're not going to put in the work yourself as a developer to make something like a GoldenEye 2 or something like that, or a reimagining of the GoldenEye game, then what are you yelling about? Because everybody else wants it, and you're just mad because someone else did it before you, and you're still not going to do it though. So I feel bad for this guy. He spent like you said, 3 years developing, and he made some awesome looking maps. And these are all things within Far Cry that you can do. So, I think it would come under the, fair use policy, right? It's fair use at that point, right? You're using you're not stealing from them. You're using what the game, in this case, Far Cry 5 gives you as development tools and making something of it. So even if you recreate something like GoldenEye or something else, I would consider it to be fair use at that point, because you are using legal stuff at that point, right? You're using what the game gave you to make these maps. So yeah, it's stupid. It's just them flexing their legal muscle and saying, no, you can't have that. We all can't have nice things because of you, right? So, but yeah, it sucks. I would love to play. I would reinstall Far Cry 5 to play through these maps just to relive those GoldenEye days and relive these maps. But now that they're gone, it sucks. I saw the damn map, and it looked awesome. So, in the other map, I think he created more than that. I'm pretty sure. Right. He created some of the other maps and or 3 maps. So awesome.
He created all but 2 of the bonus maps.
All but 2. Okay. So I think Alcatraz was one of the bonus ones, and then there was another one. But if I remember back in my GoldenEye days, that was quite a long time ago. But that's awesome. I mean, I would love to play through those, and I bet a lot of people had a lot of fun playing through those online when they were available. So yeah, it's just those developers or Ubisoft or whoever. I mean, Ubisoft had to because of the cease and desist order, but the people that put out the cease and desist, shame on you. Shame on you. We all want that. We all want to play these things. We all love GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye. That was one of my favorite N64 games, and those maps are just, they're in my head. They're reminiscent, or they're just. When you think of GoldenEye, you think of all the different maps that were in the game and how good they were and how good the game was. and to see that again, you just want to play through that again. So, yeah, that's what I think. I think shame on them for putting them down. They should have just said, like, they should have really just showed, they could have just promoted it and showed how awesome it was. Say like, hey, look at this, look at what this developer did, look what this level player, this player who created these levels did, and they could have promoted it and used it, and instead they're just like, no, don't do it. Which, that's probably the lawyer speak in more ways than one, but still, it sucks. But Shane, what do you think, man? What do you think about that?
It stinks. It does. It stinks. You're absolutely right, Nick. There are other ways they could have handled this. I believe GoldenEye is owned by the movie developers still. But instead of going through all that legal stuff to make and spend money to make this, Ubisoft take it down, what they could have done, and it's just me, is gave that person some money to finish it. Gave that person some resources to improve upon it. Pay Ubisoft a little money to publish that game that they just made. And it didn't cost Ubisoft squat to make it. It didn't cost the owners of the franchise squat to finish it.
Exactly. And Ubisoft could have came out with a new GoldenEye that everyone would have loved.
Everybody would have shit their pants. Pardon my language. They would have dropped deuces in them britches because it looked fantastic. And I'm disappointed I didn't get to play it, but I've seen the videos. I didn't realize it was almost a complete redo. And that's awesome. But this happens all the time. Instead of these companies, realizing that these players cherish their product so much, they're wasting their time, their money, their energy, their lives to bring these things back. Resident Evil Code Veronica, there's a fan-made one that just came out, a demo that just came out for it. And it looks amazing. And I want to try it out as soon as I can. It's sad that that greed, and this is all it is greed. It's not about artistic integrity. It's not about anything but other than it's mine, not yours. I don't do nothing with it. I don't even give a crap about it, but it's mine. You can't play with my broken toy that I don't use no more. Even though you fixed it, you can't play with it. But they're losing money by doing these things. Somebody was working on a Metal Gear Solid remaster on their own. They killed it. Konami killed it. Said, hey, you can't be doing this. Guy was like, well, shit, can't do it. They do it all the time. It's greed. It's sad and it's pathetic. The owners of the Bond franchise can suck a butthole. In the last two movies, I don't care, sucked. Meh. But, it really pisses me off that somebody put that much heart and passion into something that they love so much, just to have it killed by the people that owned it, that never do nothing with it. That's me. And I'm going to go cry a little bit. So why don't you take it over, Pat?
Yep. So right now we don't know who filed the copyright claim with Ubisoft. All we know is that Ubisoft basically said they haven't responded to who basically said there's a copyright claim on it. I saw a lot of the level comparisons. While they do look the same, they look modern and up to date. So it's really going to be one of those things where it's hard for them to hold up if it ever went there. But the kid, whatever you want to call him, Crowleywood, who spent 3 years of his life, he made every level except for 2 of the bonus levels, is what he did in 1400. He said he originally did it just for him and his friend, and then it got popped, word got out, and he put it out. Everybody got to play it. But I have a feeling that it's MGM that put the copyright claim, because I think they're currently the holders for the rights and stuff. But they're notorious for doing this. The developer did the original game, was trying to make a remake for the 360. Remember that one? And basically Phil Spencer said, it got held up in legal. There was too many legal issues and the game basically never happened. So, MGM is horrible about that. And I think, what was it, last year, or maybe, was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year, where there was a bunch of fans out there making a remake called GoldenEye 25 or whatever. And MGM basically lawyered them into the ground to get it to stop. And I'm like, that should tell MGM something. Why don't they license this product so that somebody can make something? But I'm also in Nick's court, where I'm given tools in a game to make levels. And if I make a level that's similar to another level in a game, so what? You don't own the rights to visuals. You can't say that I can't use this car or this street layout because it was in a street layout of yours. When you look at some of the screenshots, yes, there's similarities, but there's also stark differences because the technology is just leaps and bounds above, and there's just not the same thing. So, I mean, I don't agree that they should have got it shut down, and I think it's bad on, Ubisoft for not going to bat for their creative design tools and their fans. And if it was MGM, you guys need to choke on the franchise already. MGM is known as the killer of things that are great. I mean, they killed Stargate. They've killed they've killed the GoldenEye franchise. They're killing everything. MGM is a floater that's been flushed, and they're taking everything down with it, because what's MGM done besides hold on to everything they ever get?
Are they getting bought out by another movie company?
I don't know. They've been like swirling for the longest time.
I could have swore I read recently, and I don't know if it was MGM. I thought it was. They were getting bought out by a different film company now because they lost so much money. I mean, but it goes back to...
Was that Amazon, I thought? Was that Amazon I think you were talking about?
Maybe. But it goes back to what you were saying, like, embrace these things, right? I mean, these people are putting so much development work into making these remakes and stuff. Embrace that, right? I mean, they're making some fan creations that people are going to love, and just bring them on. Be like, okay, you know what? Instead of suing you or whatever, hey, how about you come in and make this? We'll give you a little team, and here, you make this game, and then, hey, look, instead of spending all that money suing you, guess what? We put out this game that made a ton of money, and now we got this game out here that's bringing us in a profit. So, I mean, some of these indie developers make some awesome games. I mean, they truly have that passion for these projects, and that's the passion that a lot of games miss. A lot of these remakes don't have, and these indie developers and these one-offs, they do bring that passion to it and embrace that passion.
I think what
Amazon is buying. Oh, sorry, Pat. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what really sucks, though, is that it's negative press for MGM or Amazon, whoever's making the copyright claim. What would have been a better title would have been MGM gives this guy some money, or MGM hires this guy onto their gaming design studio after what they see, But instead, we basically get Ubisoft told to shut down this project for copyright infringement. I understand that companies have to protect their intellectual property like tooth and nail because people steal it. Next thing you know, we're going to have a bunch of overseas knockoffs that, it's the Eagle Eye 007 or Eagle Eye 008 or something stupid. And it's the same thing because they didn't protect their intellectual property. So I like stand up. But instead, maybe sanction this. Come out and say, this is really well done. The guy's not making money off of this. He put out a free level in a Far Cry game with their development tools. Hey, guy, we saw this. We love what you did. Here's a $5,000 check as an award from us for being a super fan or something. That would have been much greater news that we all logged into, rather than Ubisoft pulls guys 3 years worth of hard work from the thing because your levels look like ours. If he would have never said anything and it was all speculation, I wonder if this would have still happened.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about the properties thing. The article I read today, there was a movie being made in China or made, I'm not sure which, basically a giant Halo rip. I mean, just straight from the Master Chiefs to the world, just a big ripoff. We expect that from China, but it's sad that they can't tell the difference between passion and love and dedication to something they created by a fan that they want to keep in their, in their world. But, instead they would rather play the greed ball. And, this guy and many others that love something and they get destroyed because of greedy, sad, pathetic little businessmen that believe that they're making the right choices, and they're not. Like we all said, and we all agree, if they'd have slipped them some money, let them finish it, give them a little team to help them, refine and whatever. That's what they need. We need more games made with passion and love than we do with money. Plain and simple.
I mean, you have as a which I would think as a publisher, these games like GoldenEye or these other fan remakes, these other fan games, you have gold sitting right there in front of you, right? I mean, these fan remakes most of the time are really awesome, and then they're going to give the community just hype, right? And these people are going to go out and buy this thing, and you as a developer or whatever, as a publishing group, you have money just sitting there, like just feed a little into it, and that return's going to be phenomenal. But they don't. They just kill it and say, no, that's ours. That ball is mine, right? Exactly what you're saying. It says, Shane, that broken toy is my toy and you can't have it. And it's like, no, let these people, because I mean, there are a ton of developers out there, indie developers, just regular people that have so much potential. They just can't get into the market, but they make these incredible things. Just give them the time of day. And I bet you will have a money-making machine on your hands right there. You will have an awesome product that everyone will purchase. And now you've got this game or whatever it is that's just feeding money into your company.
Yeah.
All because you took a chance with them. But they don't want to.
No.
Yep.
They
should have licensed the product to the people instead of just told them flat out no or lawyer them into the ground. They should just license it and say, hey, you want to use this? We're not going to charge you an upfront licensing fee. We want a chunk of the profits. We want to share profits with you. It's our IP, but we'll let you develop this. But we're not going to say you have to give us $100,000 just to use this from somebody like this guy. They're going to say we want profit
80%,
right? Or 70 or 60-40 or something.
They are literally choosing. What kind of freaking businessman chooses to lose money? Because that's all they did. They chose to lose money. They could have found so many smart ways to go about this. They didn't. They chose to give up money, and probably a crap ton of money. I think whoever came down and said Ubisoft had to remove this, their ashes should be dragged down the street by a chariot. I don't know why a chariot, but just be kind of cool to see. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. That'd be like, me coming over to your house, Pat, and just handing you my freaking wallet. Okay, bye. I mean, that's all they did. They just gave away a bunch of money. I hate businesses.
It's sad. That guy spent 3 years of his life making something for him and his friend initially, and now it's wiped off of the face of Ubisoft because of whoever. Maybe it was Amazon. Who knows? Jeff Bezos needed a little bit more. Jeff Bezos needed that 5 cents.
He needed
back in
that
his
space
pocket.
money.
Yeah. I guarantee you, he spent. If it was a real cease and desist letter and everything that got copyright, I guarantee he spent more money getting the lawyer to sign all the paperwork and do all the crap than the damn games made in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Right, because that wouldn't have made
probably its lifetime.
That wouldn't have made. I mean, it's within Far Cry 5, so that wasn't going to make any money. He's not selling it.
What, a 4-year-old game?
It's a part of a game. It's in a game that already exists, right? So maybe it made people maybe go out and buy Far Cry 5, that don't already own it, but that games don't sell constantly. So sure, you can buy it for $10 anymore, and it's like, it wouldn't hurt anybody. Just
it wasn't
let him
doing
do it.
MGM any harm, and it wasn't doing Ubisoft any harm. Nobody was making any money off of the property. No property was stolen. It was all put together from in-game engine components.
There's one person that got hurt, and that was the individual making it. The guy who broke his ass to do something good for him and his friends and the gaming community. And everybody could have had a little piece of pie there, but some dillhole freaking chose to give away money. And so a shame on that person, a shame on the company that let that person make that. Yep.
Oh, I'm going to say something. All this does is hurt games like PlayStation's Dreams and Super Mario Maker and all those Roblox and all those little developer
Minecraft
levels.
And
because if
all
you
those
create
development tools.
If you create anything that looks like somebody else's work of art or anybody else's work, you can be shut down because you use tools that were designed to make something look cool that you were, where did, it's not like these people are making money. Nobody in Roblox is making money. Nobody, the people are making these levels. Nobody in Roblox is making Super Mario Maker. They're not making money off of this stuff. Whatever happened to imitation is the ultimate flattery, right? They're imitating somebody else's work because it looks cool and they want to show off their friends. Hey, look what I spent all this time making in this world. I'm not charging anybody anything for it. I don't know. It's kind of very
well, and some
crappy.
of those developers that have taken in those individuals. Think about that. There have been some developers that have taken in individuals that made stuff like that. And
very small percentage.
There's a small percentage, but you know what happens? They come out with an awesome game because those people have so much passion and so much love for what they're doing that sometimes that's what the corporate machine of game making is missing, is those people that are passionate about what they make. It's just a cycle of let's bring a game out, and you have those few developers and those few indie developers that, think about it. From the Xbox and all the other E3 conferences, what were the biggest games that we saw? Indie developers. One of the biggest games that people are just talking about is that re-honored or rehashed, or what was that? What was that one game?
You have a problem with Rees.
There's that one on the Xbox conference. He
can't remember anything.
I can't. It was rehashed or some of that. Maybe. Whatever it was called. But anyway, that game, whatever it was called, reshaped, But regardless, that game was one of the biggest highlights of all of the, IGN and all those that came out with it. And that's an indie developer. So I'm just saying, like, in all, indie developers tend to make the games we want to play, right? Ultimately. There's some big developers that do here and there, but indie developers were like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, that looks cool. So
the best example right now of that, of an indie developer passion and love for what they do is the developer of It Takes Two. Small team, they've only put out a few games, but they're beautiful, wonderful, amazing games that they do. You can tell that they care about those games and they care about the people that play them. And then when you have companies like this, they just crap all over it. And it sucks. That's why when It Takes Two was put out by EA, man, I was sweating. I was waiting for freaking loot boxes and crap in there. If you don't pay me $20, they're going to get divorced. Spoiler.
Well, we're probably going to have to wrap this guy up. But luckily, what I read was that he was able to back up his levels. He has them on a USB stick and stuff. But he's not going to be able to re-push them out to anybody because, he's on the radar now. So but at least his work is saved, but he can't re-upload them to the PS5 arcade system because they'll get removed. So only way he's going to be able to play them is to basically build an emulation of the game itself off of the network. So sucks. So, it sucks. Companies keep doing this, and intellectual property rules the day. And if you don't got enough money to survive the onslaught of legal action, then there's no point in even trying. So,
yep.
All right. Anybody got anything they want to add to this one before we wrap it up?
Nope. The person who did cease and desist on them.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and let us know what you think of this. Let us know what you think of Crowleywood and his design, and wish the guy luck, and hopefully something comes out of this. Some developer needs to give this guy a job if he can meticulously, painstakingly build something and take 3 years of his life to do it for free. Imagine what he'll do for you. Yep. Imagine what he'll do for
Ubisoft.
you. All right. We hope to catch you in the next episode.
See ya.